Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. What is the average time frame it's taking to get your claim all the way through the process with the VA? Well, that answer is kind of different, but there is a number that is the, I guess, average length of time. I wanted to kind of jump through that, kind of talk about the claim process, just for awareness for those that aren't aware of how the whole thing works and how long things take. I will tell you that your first time, actually anytime you file a claim, whether it's your first time ever filing a claim with the VA, or if you're filing for a higher level review, or if you're filing for a supplementary claim, or if you're pushing it to an appeal with the board, it is the longest time period because you are just waiting and waiting and waiting and fingers crossed and hoping they get it right. And it is, I don't know, in some cases it could be a little bit stressful waiting for the decision from the VA. So no matter how long it is, it's going to feel like dog years, just so you know. All right, so let's jump into it here. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Helping out by joining, becoming a member is another way you can support the channel. It helps me to find you quicker in the comments. You can do that by going to the homepage. You'll see the highlighted members and you'll see a join button. The two asks are really, look, if you hit the thumbs up and you let the video run, that is huge support and it helps to push this information out to more of us. All right, so let's jump into it. The VA claims process after you file your claim. And I'm just on the VA's website here and kind of digging through some stuff. And the first thing that it talks about is, how long does it take for the VA to make a decision? On average, it says average number of days to complete disability-related claims in December of 2023, so last month. 150.25 days to complete it. So, well, it's about, what, 6 or 7 months? So, or not even that. It's less than 6 months, according to this, right? So, 4 to 6 months, I guess. Me with my monkey math. Anyway, so that's what it is on average. Now, I will tell you, it depends on the complexity of the claim. And they are specifically calling out disability-related claims, not pension, not dependency indemnity compensation, nothing like that. Just the regular disability-related claims. Now, look, it's like this. If you file for just one thing, like I'm filing for tinnitus because I have my ringing in my ears, right? And that's all you're filing for. That claim's going to move much quicker than if you're filing for 47 different items. I want to say that the highest number of claimed items on a first time, like I'm filing my claim and I'm putting down everything, was from a retired pilot. And he probably had, I'm certain it was over 80. For some reason, 87 is in my head. I can't remember. But it was in the 80s as far as the number of ailments and conditions that he had listed down on his packet. So that's going to take longer. Go figure, right? So, I guess take it with the grain, the 150 days, because it's really going to depend on your specific claim. Let's move on here and see what else it says. So the time it takes to review your claim depends on these factors. It says the type of claim you filed, how many injuries or disabilities you claimed, and how complex they are, right? So that's an important piece, the complexity aspect. Moving on, how long it takes us to collect the evidence we need to decide your claim. Now, you have a little bit of control on this, some. Some people decide that they don't want to do any work and they just sign over the authority to the VA to reach out to all the different providers you've ever had, to reach out to them and try to get the information they need. That could take months. And then at the end, they still might not even get what they're looking for. You're best off, in my opinion, is to file your intent to file up front, buys you that year of time frame to develop your claim, And you yourself reach out to all the places you need to reach out to get the evidence you need to substantiate the claimed conditions, right? So you get the information you need, the diagnosis, the severity, a nexus letter, whatever you're looking for, right? Get all that stuff together yourself and submit it, and then say, no, I don't need you to reach out to anybody. Here's all the information. Moving on, what should I do? I like this one, or at least the question. What should I do while I wait? Because believe me, you're going to be, I don't know, it's a little bit, it's daunting. So, especially if it's your first go round, right? Because now you're all hyped up to get it done because you finally made the decision, and now it's in, and now you're like, okay, I did all this work to get it filed, and now what? And you're sitting there and you're just staring into space. The first thing I would say before I read this is I would recommend, if you don't already, have a va.gov account where you can kind of track your claim. Is it perfect? No, but at least it gives you some sort of indication that there is some movement on your claim. Sometimes it'll bounce back and forth between stages of your claim process, and that's okay. It happens. All right, so let's move on. You don't need to do anything unless we send you a letter asking for more information. If we schedule any exams for you, be sure not to miss them. Okay, that is very important. Do not miss your exams. You can check the status of your claim online. The timeline listed there may vary based on how complex your claim is. Again, there's going to be, I think, 5 separate kind of stages that your claim will go through. The first one is that they received your claim, which is an important piece. And, quite frankly, there's kind of instead of number 1, there should be a 0. 0 should be the intent to file, but it's not required, so it's never really listed as part of the process. But I would always file an intent to file first to buy you some time to gather all your evidence and then file your claim. All right, well, moving back into it. Number 1 is claimed received. It says if you file your claim online, you will get an on-screen message from us after you submit the form. If you mail your application for disability compensation, the VA will send you a letter to let you know that they have your claim. You should get this letter in about a week plus mailing time after they receive your claim. And that's true. I typically would see around a 10-day time frame. Moving on, the next stage is initial review, and that's where they're reviewing your claim. Number 3 is evidence gathering, review, and decision. During this step, the VA will do 3 things. They're going to ask for evidence from you, healthcare providers, government agencies, or others. They're going to review all the evidence, and they're going to make a decision. Remember, it's evidence gathering, review, and decision, all in that. It used to be different, the way that they had the stages, but they combined a couple and shrunk it up. I want to say that they had some of this stuff split out. I think it was evidence gathering, and then review and decision were the next one. So it says here, if they need more evidence during the review, your claim may return to this step more than once. In other words, you might bounce out of that step to the next step, and then they might put you back in that step if there's more evidence deemed needed. All right, number 4 is preparation for notification. When you see that, typically, not all the time, but typically they are done reviewing your all of your evidence. They've decided what your rating should be and all of that good stuff, and they're getting ready to push out the decision. Now, for some reason, something could pop up and they could bump you back and get some more clarification on something. The second set of eyes may have caught something. So preparation for notification, and it could be good or bad. I mean, you just never know. So preparation for notification, they will get your claim decision packet ready to mail. And then 5, the claim is complete, and they will send you the packet in U.S. mail that includes details of the decision. Read the whole decision letter, very important. Allow 7 to 10 days for your packet to arrive before contacting a VA call center. You can also contact your local accredited representative if you utilize them. They have access into the VA system. You can also check your letters inside of va.gov. They'll have award letters that you can print out, and you can see there what you were rated. So that's important. Now, when you do get your actual rating in the mail and you read it, because let's say that you get an 80% rating out the gate. Well, you might have filed for 8 things. They might have denied a bunch, gave you a higher rating on something that you didn't know you were going to get a higher rating on, but then the ones that they denied, you think you should have been approved for, or maybe they rated you low. So really read through it and see what each item was rated, so that way you can determine whether or not you should file for a higher level review. That's just another set of eyes looking at the information you submitted, or filing a supplemental claim, which is providing additional evidence for you, in favor of you, or if you need to push it to the board for an appeal. So it says, if you disagree with the claim decision that you received on or after February 19th, 2019, which would be anything now, right? You can ask us to review the decision. So that's the higher level review. You have 3 decision review options to choose from. And as I said, I mean, really, it's the higher level review, the supplemental claim, or you could push it to the board. And those are your three options. So with that, we'll go ahead and conclude it there. I hope that this brought some sort of clarity for you. I hope you have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.